Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday, happy Thursday, good evening, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Feels really weird to have to do the intro without Greeny. Hey, every time that music stops, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's my turn. Anyway, thanks for pulling up, guys. Thanks for pulling up to another episode of Market Mates. We have a special guest today, obviously a friend of the show as people roll in. We've got Big Jamesy here. Been a friend of the show for a long time, friend of mine for a long time. We've been in the trenches a long time, long enough to send you mad, really. And I know Jamesy's touched just about everything in crypto that you can possibly get your dirty fingers in. So be a really good chat today. Before we get off with some news, guys, Greeny's moving house today, guys. So Greeny is actually officially, I believe there's been a lot of foreplay for this house move, but I believe he is actually moving the truck today. So I believe he's putting the boxes in the truck. They're taking it to his house, and he's actually moving into his new place. So pretty exciting, especially when you move into your first home. Jamesy, but back to you, brother. Good morning. How are you, my man?
Good morning. I'm doing good, bro. Just another day in paradise. That's
Yeah,
it.
bro.
Another day in
Yeah.
paradise.
Yeah, it sure is, dude. It sure is. Yeah, look, you pulled up on the right day. We were just talking off air, guys, and I said to Jamesy, especially with Greeny moving now, it might be good to get him on the show. He's been around a wee while. He's seen a lot of things. He's been here for DeFi. He's been here for DeFi Summers. He's been here for Meme Coin Mania. He's been here for bloody NFT Mania with me. So it's always good to get someone who's, I think, been around the traps, who's kind of seen things. Because if this is your first bear market, you're probably thinking, holy shit, this is pretty bad, pretty bleak. Will this ever come back? Does this ever get better? Like I remember last bear market I went through, my first one in 22, you do start to think, shit, is this stuff ever coming back? And the answer is some of them aren't coming back, unfortunately. So we can break that all down today. But Jamesy, I thought I'd just cover the news real quick, my bro, and then we'll get into what you're seeing at the moment. So just bear with me a sec, guys, and I'll bring up this. It's Friday. It was a bit quiet on the news story today. Obviously, the big news is Bitcoin bouncing, so that's got everyone in a wee bit of a frenzy at the moment. So that's kind of interesting. We'll cover that soon. But let me just share this, and I'll zoom in on this for you guys right now. So, Greeny and I always chat. About how sort of news follows price, or price doesn't follow news. And this is just another little, I think, a little example of that. We've got a news article here. I'll just check you guys can see that. Gee, it's pretty small. I'll see if I can blow it up a bit more. So Bitcoin has climbed more than 4%. This is one of the main trending topics on Grok today, to briefly reclaim 62K after weaker than expected US jobs report reduced the market expectations for another Federal Reserve rate hike this year. So a little bit of an interesting story. They may be theorizing maybe there won't be a rate hike after obviously job reports came back a bit weaker than reported. So they're sort of saying in this news article this might be the reason for the 4% Bitcoin bounce. Look, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just normal chart movement. I tend to sort of think the latter. And then the other story is, and Jamesy, you and I were talking about this, in a bear market, things start to break, things start to fall apart, companies go bust, people get fired, people end up chopped up in bags, which is horrific, but true story. You see things like this happen. Michael Saylor, people talk about him falling apart and things like that. So, Greeny and I've sort of spoken at length in the past about these mining protocols, or mining pools, closing down. Here's another one, SBI Crypto to shut down its Bitcoin mining pool on July. Well, it's already happened, actually. So, gee, thanks, Grok. I did ask you for the latest. Oh, okay. It's fairly new. But so that's just another mining pool service that's ceasing operations. Look, could it be maybe perhaps they're moving to AI? Electricity's got really expensive. I know in Australia, you're certainly not mining here, man. Like with the electricity prices here, it'll probably cost you more to mine the Bitcoin would be worth. So I'm not surprised to see articles like that come around. But that's sort of the news for today. Probably the big thing that's got people talking is Bitcoin on its little bounce here. So little bounce off the low of about what got all the way down to 57,500. Here on the Coinbase chart anyway on TradingView. We got a nice little reprieve bounce now. We did hit 62 as the headline said, and we kind of pulled back to 61. so obviously with that happening, we got a few of the old coins bouncing. People are getting pretty excited. There's going to be people out there saying, "Okay, the low's in. Perhaps they're right. Perhaps they're wrong." The hardest part I find in a bear market is trying to find a bottom. It's near impossible. Just like finding the top is near impossible as well. So it is a tough thing to call, a tough thing to do. But yeah, that's sort of the market news at the moment. And we can kind of pivot, I think, to Jamesy now. Jamesy, give me your feelings on this time in the market for you. How are you finding it, and your thoughts on, I guess, Bitcoin? And we can break that down. But how are you finding the market on a more macro level at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin, I don't have any Bitcoin right now. Not because I
Yep.
don't think it's going to go up, but because I honestly am just holding Hyperliquid instead of Bitcoin.
Yep.
I just felt like there was a lot more upside, and there has been a
Yep.
lot more upside. And I've just not been in Bitcoin for a while. But I mean, if you really believe in Bitcoin, 60,000 is a pretty awfully great price. Like we're down what, over 50% from
Yep.
the highs right
Yep.
now. We were at 125, I think, right?
Yeah,
Like if
that's
you
right.
have a 50% discount on an asset that you like and you have a long-term horizon, not a bad price to start averaging in, right? I mean, don't blow your load or don't buy everything. I think you're right. There's a huge chance there's another low. There's also a huge chance there's not, right? And that's where
Hmm.
having no crystal ball sucks, but we got to play it how it is, right?
Yeah,
Um,
totally agree.
Everybody was saying they wanted to dip when Bitcoin is at 125K. This is the time they should be buying, right? So, I mean,
Great
in the
time.
long run, I believe Bitcoin is going to go higher than where it is right now. I do. I think there's a lot of weird things happening in the crypto market, especially that need to be kind of dealt with before we see more parity between risk assets and crypto. Like we've seen just a huge dissonance between the movements and the correlations.
Hmm.
That historically we actually kind of there was some correlation with Bitcoin and the S&P, for example. Right now it's just we're stretched the other way. But I think that once some of this strike MicroStrategy stuff is maybe addressed, which I think it's starting to be, like even the other day we saw what Saylor was selling 1.2 billion of Class A shares, so diluting equity, but raising cash,
Hmm.
and also turning around and saying that they will maybe potentially sell Bitcoin, which I think is a bullish thing.
So do I.
Them saying that they're willing to not just basically be too stubborn till the end until they blow up and have to unwind everything at once. I think it's way more bullish in terms of maybe bullish isn't the right word, but I think it's like anything. It's like when you wait for your FOMC days and you're waiting for your what's Jay Powell or what's Kevin we're going to say, like, and they come on and say, we're not raising rates today, right?
Yes.
Or whatever piece of news it is, and sometimes price moves in a different direction than you anticipate. And the reason being is that true accredited investors, they don't care so much about the actual movement of those announcements of those rates. It's more
Hmm.
the expectations, right?
Yeah, that's
The
right.
uncertainty, the black box. We don't know what they're going to do. Once it happens, okay, well now we can strategize around how we want to, build the portfolio, what we want to do. So same thing here, where it's like, okay, now we know Sailor isn't just going to wait till the last dying breath, blow up and unwind the entire balance sheet of Bitcoin. We know he'll be somewhat smart about it and say, look, we'll sell a chunk so that we can keep the company going and not have to unwind. So I
Mhm.
actually think it's a really positive piece for Bitcoin, um, in terms of we don't have the super overhang crazy degen that we do have. He is a crazy degen, but he's not gonna blow us up with his ego.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because Greeny and I've spoken at length about this topic because it's obviously been going on a while now, and you've got a certain sector of crypto that's sort of hating on Sailor and saying, "Look at this, it's terrible," and then you've got other people that sort of love Sailor. So he's quite a controversial figure, isn't he? Like he kind of gets a lot of emotions to come out, and I agree with you. I think the slight unwinding of well, in regards to them deciding to test liquidity, or that to have a balance on their books, and that to sell 32 Bitcoin, and that kind of, I guess, was them testing the waters, perhaps see how people would respond, and also according to his story, he had to make sure that he could prove that it was liquid and all that stuff. So if we take his word for that, then For me personally, I mean, I heard a lot of people whinging and saying he holds too much Bitcoin. It's such a liability. And then he started to sell, and the same people are like, "Oh, you see, he's selling now." And I'm like, "Well, isn't that what you wanted, though? Like you were saying, how much of a risk factor it was that this big dog had all this Bitcoin, and then it starts to unravel, and he starts selling, and then you're like, "Oh, that's bearish." I would have thought that was bullish for the people that were worried about
Can't
how.
have your cake and eat it.
Yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
it's like some of you guys just aren't ever happy. Like, what do you want from the dude? Like, do you want him to hold it? Do you want him to sell it? Like, for me personally, I'd love to get your take on this. When he sold some, I actually didn't really mind. I thought it was a little bit the bit that kind of rustled my jimmies, perhaps. Sup, Rocky, thanks for pulling up, and TJ. The bit that got me perhaps was him saying never sell your Bitcoin, and then he sold and he said, "No, I don't mean me, I mean
Yeah,
you."
I said the company. Yeah, yeah. He's a big fucking troll for that for sure.
Bro, I must say, was do you think that was tongue in cheek? Like,
Yes, 100%.
it must be.
100%. I don't think he ever saw himself having to sell Bitcoin, to be
Yeah,
honest.
same
And now
here.
he's playing with what cards have been dealt and he's playing the
Yeah,
game. Um, which is a good thing. But yeah, I don't think that he actually ever expected to have to sell the balance sheet.
I agree.
So the ironic part of all of it to me, going back to what you're saying though, is when he sold that 32 Bitcoin, there was a way bigger effect on the market and sentiment than
Yes.
the other day, 2 days ago, I think it was, when he announced that they might sell $1.25 billion of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
And
dude.
the crazy thing is kind of going back what you're saying, the sentiment that people have is like he sold 32 Bitcoin. Bro, what's 32 Bitcoin right now? $2 million.
Yeah,
He
it's
sold $2 million
nothing.
and Bitcoin went down like 10 or 12% on the day. And
Yeah,
everyone's like sailors unwinding, it's a black swan where it's all over, whatever. Now he turns around, dilutes MicroStrategy shares, sells Class A common shares for $1.2 billion, has $2.55 billion on the balance sheet now. So they have runway. Then they
yes.
turn around and say we might sell 1.25 billion in Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin went up. Right?
Yeah,
It went up.
yeah.
That was 2 days ago. Bitcoin was at 57, 58K. Now we're at 61. Like, what the fuck? So people don't know what they want, really, to be honest. And it's
That's
kind of
what
like what
I'm
I'm saying,
thinking.
where it's like it's one of those things where once you have that uncertainty, that black box, and those question marks are somewhat answered, it's not so much that he's going to sell Bitcoin. It's just we know now, okay, he's going to sell it in a smart way that's just not just him blowing up the market. Okay, fine, that's good. People are like that, right?
I
So it's
I
just
I
fucking
like it.
crazy.
I like
I
it.
like it too. And I think that at the end of the day, not just Bitcoin and not just crypto, in any asset, you don't want people holding, super majority shares in
Nah.
somewhat like if you're a company and you're a CEO and you own 10% of your company, fine, right?
Mhm,
You
mhm.
have every single vested interest because you also have a fiduciary duty, right?
Yes, yes.
But Bitcoin, there is no quote unquote owner or CEO of Bitcoin where you don't
No,
have a fiduciary duty to. He has one to MicroStrategy, but not to Bitcoin, right?
that's
And
right.
that's the delineation people don't understand. Where
Good
I
call.
think that it's like, you know what? We don't want people owning 5% of the supply. I don't like that ever.
No,
And
neither.
and over time, like if you look at a 10-year time horizon, hopefully he gets down to 2% or 1% and still has a nice stack, but they're not holding 5% of the Bitcoin supply, right? Like that's a huge amount of Bitcoin or anything. Like if gold, uranium, corn, people holding 5% of really big commodities,
Yes.
that they have a monopoly. They it's scary. There's overhang, right? There's a risk overhang there. So long term, I think it's a good thing that he sells in a healthy way. Period. If he
I
sells.
agree. I look at it kind of like, and this might be a weird analogy, but sort of you can look at Bitcoin like a meme coin or a shit coin. And if someone held 5% of the supply, say, which he effectively might have got to with Bitcoin, or did he have about that? Did he? What did
I
he get
think
up
he's
to?
about 5%.
So you might look at that. If say you were going into a meme coin, you see someone holding 5%, who's a notorious meme coiner, who you know is going to take profit. You look at that right and go, "Ooh, that's a risk factor." That is something you weigh up pre-entry, right? That's what we normally do in the trenches. You look at that sort of stuff. You may not mind because you might be like supply control. That's okay. That's a different conversation. But it's a risk factor. It's something you have to consider before buying. I think, not financial
And
advice.
he owns it on leverage,
Yeah, yeah, then to add
right? That's the thing, is he owns it on leverage.
and then it's on leverage. So then it's another kettle of fish because it's like, okay, so he's sort of gambling on the gamble, whereas I'm just buying Bitcoin, so I'm kind of gambling on Bitcoin, whereas he's gambling on several things going well, and if they don't, then you might have to unravel things. E.g., if you loan money against your Bitcoin and Bitcoin dumps, you might have to sell the Bitcoin to cover the gap on the loan. So I've been in situations like that before where I was on a platform called Nexo. I had Bitcoin, first cycle, silly, borrowed against the Bitcoin, Bitcoin dumped, and you've got to cover the gap because now your the value of the Bitcoin's now halved, and then they come back to you and say, well, you owe us X amount of money now because your asset's not worth as much. You're like, shit, where do I get 5 grand from or 10 grand? What do? Typically, you sell the assets you have, and then the price dumps even more. So this is where leverage becomes so risky for everybody else because people's F ups can end up like a domino effect. So I agree with you. I don't think he ever thought he'd have to sell. So I don't think he really had a good sales pitch ready for him selling. And then he ended up selling. And when he said, no, I mean, you, not me, I was like, oh, fuck, dude, that's
I
outrageous.
know, and I watched. I'm sure you saw it. There was like a quote retweeted video of him sitting on stage at a talk,
Yes,
talking
it's
like
that one.
saying the words "never sell your Bitcoin," and I'm just watching it like, oh, that's bad. That's a bad look.
Yeah, yeah, but back to what I mean, and I agree with you. I think the fact it's like I was going back to my meme coin analogy, and then you've got this person with 5% who slowly starts scaling out, right? Bro, that's okay, isn't it? Like that's what you want to see. The big fat wallet. Yes, still have them hold an amount because you want them to still believe in it. If they dump their 5%, you're thinking, well, A, why are they leaving? And B, okay, is this a good opportunity? Do I buy the dip they just create? Or is that my signal to get out as well because something's fishy? But if they scale out, then I'm normally pretty okay with that, man. I think the thing with Bitcoin for me is I think people can buy and sell as they please. So I'm the same with him. I'm like, I think you can buy and sell as you please. That's what the asset was all about, wasn't it? I mean, I know it's a bit different. He's got a company running on it as well. So it's like he did say, don't sell it. I get that. But do you think the same thing? Him scaling out's got to be good for the rest of for the health of Bitcoin longer term.
100%, and I think that he's gonna if they end up, they might not even sell, right? That's the thing. But if they end up
Yes.
selling some Bitcoin, they will buy it back. By the way, they're just gonna buy it back when the whole STRC slash MicroStrategy is in a better position to um basically be covered for the dividends. Like at one point, I wouldn't be surprised if he buys that $1 billion of Bitcoin back at a better risk landscape for him in
Yes.
terms of what dividends they have to pay on strike, how much cash they have on hand, what the runway is. Right now, he's just in a pinch because he had no cash. Right? They had
Yes.
less than 1 year runway to pay the dividends. Either you'd raise the dividends from 11.5% to 30%, and now your cash is cut in one third, so you're 12 months of runway is now 4 months. So now you're just destroying yourself. Or you sell Class A shares, which is probably going to piss off investors because you're diluting like equity in actual MicroStrategy, not even in Strike. But in the long term, I think it's gonna help the health of his leverage and his Bitcoin prices.
I
He's gonna
think
buy it back at one point. He will.
I wondered if he would just to kind of make a point. I thought it'd be quite a funny move if he bought the exact 32 back, like just the exact numbers so people could see it and
Just
go,
trolling us. Yeah.
yeah, just go, there you go, I bought it back. And even if you bought it back higher coming out the lows, because the thing is, I mean, I'm not the biggest strategy expert or anything like that. But from my understanding, once Bitcoin price starts to appreciate again, he's probably in a much stronger position, right? So the
100%.
so
Yeah.
the
100%.
transition, like if you look at it, for me, if you look at it at the moment, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's really doom and gloom and like, oh, the wheels are falling off, strategy is falling apart. I think people need to realize we're at close to what I think is probably the bottom of the bear market. So I think he's probably held up reasonably well, considering we
Yeah.
just ate shit, bro.
He
Like,
didn't blow up. He didn't blow up, right? He didn't blow
yeah,
up.
I mean, I know my
Uh,
portfolio looks pretty poor, bro. It got smoked. Like,
yeah, yeah. Everybody's cooked.
we all
And
got
that's why
smoked.
one of the reasons the space is so quiet right now is because A, there's not that much going on that's exciting, but B, everybody's fucking cooked, bro. Everybody's cooked.
Like, I
Like
don't,
since October 10th, all the big traders that I know, I mean, I can't say all that's not fair, but a
yeah,
lot of people got zeroed out. A lot of people, like
yeah,
really smart, really wealthy people that have been around crypto since inception got zeroed out. It's disgusting. It's really
yeah.
disgusting.
that's gonna take time for those people to come back or heal or even want to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know what people I mean, did you know a few people that got smoked personally?
I know a lot of people that got smoked.
How
I got smoked. I didn't get zeroed out on 1010 because I'm not really trading leverage like that. But I
Yes.
know people with like 100 million portfolios that are like literally
Whoa. What?
zeroed, negative. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And
Whoa.
10 like you could be trading alts and like have these quote
Whoa.
unquote delta neutral strategies that work 99% of the time that got zeroed out. If you were 2x on any
Yeah.
any
Which is quite low
alt,
leverage really, typically, isn't it? Like, low-ish.
2x is nothing. These people have
Yeah.
$100 million in liquidity, and they are running like a cross margin. Like they can withstand anything except for Polkadot going from $4 to 10 cents in one wick, and
Yeah,
then
that's
bouncing from that wick back to $2 in the next wick. Like 30 minutes, you have like a 95% price drop on flash crash on everything, which doesn't happen. But if you're trading on 2x, 50% move is your liquidation, right?
yes.
Like so, it's not like these guys were degens trading on 50x leverage. These guys were just, they hold spot bags. That then they hedge on leverage with derivatives, and these strategies. This is what people use in the stock market. These are very regular strategies. We just don't see the S&P going down 95% and the Nasdaq going down 95% and then bouncing 80% in the next wick, all in the same trading day. It just doesn't happen, right? But it
Mm,
did. That's what 1010 was. Like if you go look at the charts on Binance, on TradingView, on Hyperliquid, like it's terrifying what happened. It's really terrifying. And a lot of really, really smart, really, really wealthy people that have made their life crypto are gone. Gone forever. They're not coming back, by the way.
yeah,
They're
that's
not.
what I was
They're
gonna
they're
ask you.
depressed. No, 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 they're not coming back.
Oof. That's no good, is it? That's actually no good for anybody.
No,
It
it's not. And that's why we haven't even seen the same open interest, I think, come back in the market since October, right? We're what, seven
yeah,
months past that now? 6, 7 months
yeah,
past that? And we haven't had OI even come back to the same price, the same amount as October. Like that's crazy, right? So these people got wiped, leverage got wiped. A lot of big players are either wiped and not coming back, or they're going to totally change how they trade. And what I mean by that is stay away from leverage, which
yeah.
is really quote unquote not great for our prices because alts are held up from leverage. Like
Mhm.
altcoins, if you look at how much open interest exists in a lot of the altcoins that we love, a lot of the price action that happens to them is leverage driven. I mean, even hyperliquid, right? We look at the OI and hyperliquid, we see sometimes the big moves up and the big moves down. And we see how much of it comes from spot and how much comes up from leverage. And you can quantify that, right? Like a lot of that's not coming back.
Yeah, that's not great. So that I mean, that could take years to heal, couldn't it? Like,
Yeah,
years
I think
to
so.
get
Yeah.
to get that many people back to the table? No, and I mean different people, because obviously we're gonna have to recruit new people
Well,
to
and but here's the thing: these people that had that money, they're not like IRL 100 millionaires that brought 100 million to crypto. They're people that were like part of the ETH ICO, right? Like they're
yes.
people that were like they made their wealth and their personalities crypto. It's all they know, and
Yeah,
now they've been zeroed out, and they know for a fact that they will never be able to make that kind of money in their life again. And it's
yeah.
this like super sad
That's a
situation where
heavy,
they're all
heavy hit.
depressed. Oh yeah, man, it's terrible.
It's kind of like getting rich once, lightning strikes, you get this business idea and it just lights on fire and you become giga. You may not get that idea again, huh? Like, it might
Yeah.
just be that one business idea you had that just sends you to millions, but if you lose it, it's really hard to build yourself back.
Most
Like,
billionaires are like that too, in my opinion. You look at the stories of a lot of billionaires. As don't get me wrong, a lot of them are very smart too. But if they didn't get their one lucky break, they
yes.
wouldn't be where they are, right?
No, that's right. I
And
know I know plenty, not
and
billionaires, sorry, but millionaires like that, yeah.
millionaires and billionaires, but because it's step by step, right? And all of a sudden, they make a good trade. They make $20 million on a stock by accident, and then someone really smart tells them, okay, this is what you should do with your money. Be
Yes.
smart with it. Try and start a company. Boom, like done. They're now rich forever, right? But if that one play hadn't happened, if that one stock, that one crypto, that one ICO hadn't happened, um, there's no way they'd be in the same position, right? So these are
Mm,
like I've had conversations with people that are just like, I know I'm zeroed out forever. Like, and don't get me wrong, they're smart people. They'll have good lives, but I think going from $100 million
yeah.
to like flat broke or like what feels like flat broke
Yes.
is probably very fucking scary. Like
Yeah, and
very like
especially with the lifestyle creep that you can get as well with having that amount of money.
I can't
Um,
even imagine, bro. I can't even imagine that aspect. I totally agree, but I can't even imagine what you
like
spend. You got even $10 million, the lifestyle creep of what you pay for your
like just
cars,
to
your
take your
mortgages, your
wife out
trips.
to dinner, she's then getting used to a lifestyle of, I don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
$1,000 dinners, and now it's like, "Oh, hey, babe, we're gonna go to McDonald's," or so, like, it's it look, it's yeah, that's a bad story actually, isn't it? Like, that's where guys, man, I just hope they can find peace, because that would weigh heavy on my mind for sure, and especially if you've got I mean, not especially, but partly if you've got a family and kids who rely on you, or a partner, or a business, or employees, um, and these things blow up. Yeah, guys do silly things. We'll move on to a more cheerful. I don't know if it is more cheerful. It's a bear market, so it's pretty tough. I don't have a lot of cheerful topics at the moment. Let's talk about actually, altcoins are kind of pumping at the moment. You're quite bullish on hyperliquid, and I agree with you. I think that's. I mean, I can't argue with you. It's outperformed Bitcoin by a country mile. So that's go. And we're seeing. What's your take on Solana at the moment? Obviously, we had. This is a good chat, bro. So we had Ansem come out and call the bottom around this point here. Actually, in hindsight, bro, I got to pay him his dues, just temporarily. Like he came onto the timeline at quite a bleak time, called the low on Solana, had the balls to post it. Obviously, he went to full execution mode, which is fine. I don't mind someone getting their hands dirty. I think that's terrific. We need more people like him, probably. Um,
100%, 100%.
like bag working, like hard, bro. I don't care what people say. Bro. If it wasn't for him, I'd have very little to talk about at the moment in the trenches. Like, so I thank you.
Yeah, the trenches are Black Bull right now.
Yeah, bro. Like that's everything, right? That's everything. So run me through. What's your thoughts on Solana right now? I don't want to say have we seen the bottom because that's tough for anybody to call, but has Ansem helped Solana here? And has he? What's your thoughts on him in the trenches and the whole Ansem launch he did? Not he did, but he's kind of decided to go with it and things like that. What's your whole thought process on that little pocket of stuff with Solana?
Okay, Solana's not going to 600. First of all, that's I'm gonna say it right now, right here.
Thank you.
That's I
I
think
agree.
crazy. I don't even think we see 300. Like,
I
yeah,
don't know if we
that
see a new
that
all-time high, bro.
that's like some Arthur Hayes type stuff,
Yeah,
like price
150,
targets.
150 hype and then sells a day later stuff, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think we see 600 on Soul even this cycle, let alone
No.
coming soon. But
Mm.
I do think that yeah, got to give him his flowers. He called it. He literally called it. I do think that Soul. I don't really look at the alt stuff right now
Yeah.
because it's just so hard to know what alts are going to do better or not. I mean, obviously as you go down the list and the higher market cap it is, probably the more effect Bitcoin's going to have on it in terms of movements.
Mhm.
But I'm just watching Bitcoin and hype.
So,
And if Bitcoin goes up, Solana will go up. And if there will be days where Solana goes up 2%, Bitcoin goes down, fine. But that relative strength or that relative outperformance, I don't think
mhm.
is long-winded, to be honest.
Mm.
I think there's
Mm.
excitement in the trenches, and people are buying Sol to buy meme coins. I think that's probably people are going to hate this, but that's the number one use case for Solana is the
Absolutely.
trenches.
Yep.
Um, and this is like another one of those. If you go look at the chart when Ansem did that, when they launched Black Bull and all the other coins that have come out, and the trading volume that's happening again on Solana, there's a huge correlation. Maybe not causation, but there's a huge correlation between the timing of that a week or 10 days ago, whenever that happened, and the price of Solana, and a little bit of outperformance. 2-3% of outperformance over Bitcoin. People have to buy Sol to buy meme coins, right?
I agree.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm not super like, yeah, 600 Solana is just crazy to me. I don't even know when we're going to see all time highs in Bitcoin. Like, and that's the thing right now is going back to
Yes.
what we were saying before we started the show is it's not my first bear market, not your first bear market. But don't get me wrong, it never gets easier. Never gets easier.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it almost, I don't want to say it gets harder, but it gets shittier. And what I mean by that is because we know how long and drawn out these things can be. And it's one thing to, I wish I was naive and hopeful and said, oh, I hope it bounces every day, and it doesn't. But you just think, like, we know these things last for fucking years, right? It's years of despair. It's years of people telling you, ha, I told you you shouldn't buy Bitcoin, and your
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
family yelling at you. And like, that's what
People are
it is.
ringing
But
bells down the street when you walk, and they're like, "Shame,
shame,
shame."
shame, shame. Exactly. And but every single time. And then all of a sudden, there's a moment where the tides shift
That's right.
and the prices start, slowly climb. And then all of a sudden you wake up and Bitcoin's up 10% on the day. And then
Yep.
all of a sudden you're in a fucking raging bull market again.
Yep.
Right. And that's the
Yep.
cyclicality of it. And that's part of the beauty, I guess, of Bitcoin and of crypto. And if you want to call it the 4 year cycle or not, I don't know. I don't know if I mathematically think it's like that, but I think cyclicality exists in everything in business. So let's just call it the cycle of Bitcoin. It's real. There are cycles to, accumulation, and then people selling assets, and people getting less excited about things. But it fucking sucks. And if it doesn't suck, you're either not allocated to the market, which
Yeah.
kudos to you.
Yeah, I
I don't
agree.
know why or how you decided to sell when you did, but you're a fucking champion, and I wish I was you. Or you just don't have a lot at stake, which is fair too. You're dabbling, you're having fun in crypto, but most people I think that we deal with have enough money in crypto that this sucks, this hurts, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing our portfolios go down. We're checking the charts very often. It sucks, and it doesn't get worse. Every single time this happens, it sucks for a long time,
I
but
I agree. I
it
and
turns around.
it's you know what I think what sucks so bad, or one of the things that probably gets me each time is that you miss the euphoria. Like, it's
Bro, I
like a
miss the
drug,
euphoria.
bro, and you can't replicate that feeling, can you? There's nothing I've found in
No,
my life. This is gonna sound, I want people to be like, "Oh my god, you've got a sad life." I've had an awesome life. I've had an awesome life, and I think you do too, Jamesy. I've got a beautiful wife, beautiful kid, great relationships, good friends, got a great life. But the euphoria of a coin pumping and printing you six figs is something I think everyone should feel once in their life, man. Um,
overnight, like Pepe,
yeah,
just like you wake up and you're like, I'm rich.
like
Nice.
I remember when Pepe was printing, and I felt like I had a money printer, like,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
didn't even hit that big a lick on Pepe. I fucked that trade up. I got to be honest, I fucked it up. I did okay, but I execution was poor in hindsight. I just never saw it going to billions, bro. So I was scaling out, then coming back in. And so I kept swing trading it. I should have just bought. Classic story. Should have just walked away, come back a year later. And, but that hardly ever happens. But what I was going to say is, you go to your. This is back in the days of MetaMask wallet and Uniswap, and I'd go to Uniswap, and I wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, how much is my Pepe bag worth today?" I'd be like, "Oh, it's up $2,000. I'll sell $500 of it. That's my groceries for the week." Wake up the next day, oh, it's up another $2,000. I'll shave another 500 off. It was like I'd wake up every morning and
Cash
someone
flowing.
someone's just put more money in my account. It's like,
Yeah,
what
I
the
know, it was
hell?
fucking crazy.
And you
But
go,
that's why we're still here, bro. That's why we're still here, is because we felt that feeling, and we
yes,
can't find it anywhere else.
no, I can't. I can't find anywhere else, and I don't think you will, because a casino won't do it for me. Going to a casino and putting it on blackjack, because I just don't have an edge, and I don't like not having an edge of some sort. Or at least think I've got an edge anyway. But you go from that feeling of it's easy mode, right? And you'll be the same, James. You know, you're a big account on X. You know, a lot of people know you. You've got partners and etc. Like Greeny and myself. Do we shout out to FOMO? That's one of our partners, and some down the bottom there. They help keep the lights on, and just certainly during a bear market, we appreciate it a lot when times are tough and money's dry out there. But in a bull market, man, you've got your coins are popping off, your meme coins are popping off. My alts were sending, Bitcoin's sending. I'm scaling out of that. I've got NFTs popping off. I had my Pudgy Penguin, which was up 80,000 US, and I didn't take profit. So I F up to chat for people out there. I'm not perfect. And I rode that all the way down. And it's just such an exciting time. And then you've got these companies reaching out to you in DM saying, "Hey, we want to partner with you." You know, and the money they're offering you is good, bro. Like, it's good money, right? Um, and it's easy mode. You're making money easily, and and also on X, you know, you put a comment up and you get 1,000 comments, and people are interacting with you, and your engagement's sky high. Have you guys tried crack? That's a story for another day, man. Um, I still stand behind Six Figs feels better. Um, but no, not crack specifically. That's actually a friend of mine from the for IRL. No, Chris, not crack yet. But yeah, it's really hard to replace that feeling, and just the dopamine hit you even get on X is,
I was just gonna say, bro,
like, do you
part of that
how are you
huge dope
finding
I'm
that,
missing that right now. I'm missing that.
bro? I thought
Yeah, the
about that.
timeline's rough, bro. It's rough. I'd say like the quality of things that are coming out, even from myself, like I have a lot less to talk about right now, I feel like.
Same.
I'm not like I remember I was excited about all these different verticals in crypto maybe 6 or 12 months ago, and I was
Yeah,
really stoked about them. Like
yeah,
we were talking about before the show, DeFi is like the thing that has always been just always there for me, right? I've always been able to be clicking, doing it. That was a big part of me clicking on chain all the time is
yeah,
DeFi. I'm not in DeFi right now. I'm not using protocols. I have two protocols that I have a tiny bit of TVL in just to qualify for my withdrawals of like my airdrops that I'm due. But once they come due, I have a $0 in DeFi. I have
yeah.
no desire to be exposed to these protocols being exploited for like what did we have in April? In April or May, I think it was like $1.2 billion of exploits. Like that's a ludicrous number.
That's too
A
much.
billion dollars in exploits. And I don't think we've seen any of it back. I think we saw like 50 million back in terms of like white hat, like cheapy bullshit, but like of $1 billion, 50 mil is not a lot of money. Um, Not
Yeah.
only that, yields are compressed. Like staking majors, ETH, Bitcoin, or even stable, like the yields have compressed to a point where like staking on Aave, I think, is giving like 2.25%.
It's just not enough, hey?
I don't know if you saw, but I started a DeFi newsletter maybe 4, 5, 6 months ago, and I was really, really
No.
fucking loving it. Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
clicking and posting about all the protocols
No, I
and
did. Sorry, I
publicly sharing
did.
my
I did see you
portfolio.
doing that. That yeah,
Dude,
that
I
was
was
good.
loving it.
That's right. That's
I
right.
stopped it. I stopped it because
Yeah.
I didn't feel comfortable talking about DeFi
Y
if I'm not putting my money in the protocols,
I hear
right?
you.
And
I'm
and
I'm I'm the same
basically
when I talk about stuff. I need to have skin in the
and
game.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was at the point where I was like, I feel really cool. I feel like there's a lot of educational value and people were really enjoying it. But I got to a point where I started withdrawing from protocols and staking. And I'm like, well, if I think the yields are compressed, if I think the risk reward is not there, sure, I would love to be able to educate people, but then just me talking about it, I felt like it was a sham, so I stopped it. And I was having a lot of fun. I was putting a lot of time into it. I thought it was really cool. I was exploring protocols I'd never been on before, but it's just not worth it for me right now. Like you can go park money in a bank account and a savings account and earn pretty damn close to, if not more than what you can earn on chain.
And I hate to say
And
this, but it's safer in the bank, and it kills me to say that. Like,
go buy a 10-year treasury. Yeah, like go buy a
yeah.
10-year yield. Like you can buy fucking bonds right now and like it's sad. I hate saying it to you as someone who I've always believed that the number one use case for crypto that I would like to see proliferate through the world is the democratization of finance. The
Amen,
ability to
man.
to use these tools and these protocols in Africa and stake your
Yeah, man.
$3 and earn 30% APR, right? Like they don't even have access to banks in some places to have some of the tools that we have. Like
Right.
so I always thought that great equalization of like financial products was one of the coolest things of crypto because crypto is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's not hosted in a single place. You don't need a centralized brick and mortar bank. Like, so that's something that I've always really found appealing for crypto in general, like the
Yeah.
mass acceptance of crypto. And right
Yes.
now in this current climate, it's just not it. It's just
Yeah.
not it.
No, I'm the same as you, and that's why I came across to crypto was the hope that it could be a financial vehicle for, and it's gonna sound super cheesy, man, but for humanity,
It's
for
not
all
cheesy at
people.
all.
Yeah.
I fully am on the same track as you.
Like,
Like it's this everybody has access to the same products,
yeah,
the same tools. There is
equality, we could
no
call it, I think.
equality. There's no disparity between countries or places or if you have a phone and you have internet, you have access, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
which is so different to like how a lot of our current systems in the world work,
Yes.
we're geographically inclined to use things where we are. There's, a billion different roadblocks and barriers to use things and to get access to things. Where
Yes.
that's where crypto is always like, this is cool. Every single person can log into Morpho, log into Aave, log into wherever it is, and deposit your $1.
That's right.
Wow,
What
look at that chart.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up just to get people obviously this is the hot topic at the moment. This is the thing that's taking up everyone's bandwidth and attention span at the moment. So shout out to FOMO. That's obviously one of our partners. I will put the link in the description if you want 10% off trading fees in the shill there. Let's talk about talk to me about Ansem. Did you get into this, Jamesy? I forgot if you said you
No,
rode this
I
or
didn't.
not.
I
Neither,
someone
bro.
pinged it to me. Someone pinged it to me at like 7 mil.
Ooh, you got it nice
Um,
and early.
and
Early, early.
I was like, oh, like, that's pretty sick. It might go to like 10 or 15 mil, but nothing's running right now.
Yes.
I'm just not going to do it. And then I woke up and I saw it at like 40 mil. And now obviously we're at like 160. At 100 mil, I was like, well, if it hit 100, it's got to hit 200. I was like, nope, nope, nope. The trenches are dead right now. And
Yes.
I've told myself, I have a rule right now that if I miss it the first time, I'm not going into it, because the last couple times that I did that, I burnt myself. But of course, this one time that I decided to follow my rule, it's fucking mooning.
Bro, I saw this, and shout out to everyone who made money on this. We've got Paul Goat here, who's up bloody 600,000 US on this thing. Like, this is the sort of stuff that's only in crypto, right? And this is what will get you pretty addicted or get you, I guess, chasing money. You got Paul Goat up 600K, the V Man 500K. I mean, I don't dumb crayon eaters up $500,000. Like,
Like,
imagine imagine having a name dumb crayon eater and you're up 500,000 US on a meme coin.
the name
Like,
checks out.
like, bro, only in crypto, right? Like, it is the most amazing slash ridiculously stupid space I've ever been in. But I don't think I could ever leave. I don't think I could go. Like I said to my wife a while back, I was like, I don't think I'm employable anymore. Like, I I don't think I could go ever work in an office, man. Like, no way. Like in a corporate office, like Craig got a meeting today, I'll be like, fuck that, man. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Craig, have your reports done by Friday? No. Nah, man, crypto's definitely captured my heart. So yeah, I was similar to you. Obviously, with time zones, I woke up to Ansem. It was bro. It was here, bro. It was this first pump, this big pump here to 28 mil. I saw it there with Greeny, and it was Sunday morning, bro, because it pumped from about 1 a.m. our time. It was launched about that time. And by about 8 a.m., it was 28, 30 mil. And I woke up Sunday morning and I was like, what is this thing? And I said to Green, and Greeny and I were talking, I was like, oh, it's 28 mil. And I was the same as you, dude. I was like, I'm a bit gun shy at the moment on memes. I'm a bit battle scarred probably as well, which is partly why a bear market can kind of mess your head up a bit, can't it? And I don't know if mess your head's up the right word, because it's probably a good thing that 99% of the time you avoid chasing coins. It works out better 99% of the time. This is the one where
Until it doesn't.
yeah. And then this is the time where I should have chased, because I was said to Greeny 28 mil. I was like, oh bro, I reckon this, because they were sort of topping at about 30 mil. The real runners lately, they weren't really going past 20, 30. So I was like, yeah, okay. And I didn't realize Ansem would get behind this. And then by the time I
Yeah,
caught up,
same.
and then he's just run this up so hard. And I'm like, oh man, geez. Anyway, GG.
And he's working for it, bro. He's bag working hard. It's sick.
He is, yeah, and I love to see it. So hopefully everyone can take a leaf out of his book or page out of his book and start bag working like that, dude, man. Because this is the stuff we need. Buy a coin, hold the coin, bag work for it. I mean, James, you were around back in 23. Do you remember when people used to buy a coin and bag work for months?
Bro, it's a
Months.
lost art. People have no idea what that means anymore.
It became people's personalities for
I
like,
remember the raid groups people would have, and this, like,
man.
it was crazy, bro. It was
It
crazy.
was madness. Like Sproto, like the Sproto gremlins were all over my timeline, bro. Like whenever I'd post, they'd be in there putting up the funniest memes. The Mog crew, they were pretty funny. And what's interesting to me, actually, I'll get your take on this. What's your thoughts on the older memes? Like, you got a meme. What confuses me is you've got a meme coin like Mog, but it's been used, vocabulary wise. Mog's used. My son knows what that word is, right? But the
Yeah.
price, the chart looks bad. Um, do you think these Ethereum based older meme coins, like, it's funny calling them older meme coins now, it shows I'm getting older too, eh? Pepe and Mog, they're not really older, it's Doge and that, but we'll call them older for now compared to the Solana ones. Do you think they come back? Or do you think,
No.
yeah,
Not to the former glories that they've had. No.
yeah, it's a shame, eh?
I think that most, if not all, of those coins and coins in the future are attention plays, and attention is fleeting. And I think it's very hard to capture a lot of attention and then you lose it, and then the chart looks the way it does. Like, I think there's always opportunity for bounces, like significant bounces, and some good moments for those coins. But no, I don't think that all those coins go to all time high ever again. No way. It'll
Yeah.
be a new coin. It'll be a new Black Bull. It'll be a new SpaceX asteroid. It'll be a new coin. Um, I really don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the Mog coin chart up now. Oh, went to the wrong one.
I was
That's
gonna say
Ange
that's a nice chart.
That's not the right one. This is the right one here,
And
chap.
I love the Mog. Mog was one of the great ones in terms of like bag workers. Man,
Yeah.
they had bag workers.
What a shame, dude. What a shame. I actually just had a pair of, shout out to Mike M. I just had a pair of Pit Vipers, the Mog edition, arrive at my house.
Oh, I've seen those. They're sick.
Yeah, bro. I just had a pair arrive at my house. So shout out to Mike. I'll chuck them on stream one day. They look crazy, dude. But yeah, it was just a bummer to see coins go this way, isn't it? And it just makes me realize now that it's not going to be like it was, and you kind of got to get over it, don't you? Um,
Yeah, and I think the biggest difference between now and then that we have to realize, I guess there's two. One, three, I'll say. One, participants or amount of participants. Two,
mm,
amount of participants to actually bag hold or bag work for something. Three, how many coins exist now compared
yeah,
to 3 years ago, 5 years ago? We used to have like the word. I hate the word dev. People would say, "Oh, I know a guy deving this coin." No, you know a guy on Pump Fund pressing a launch coin. There used to have to be developers that would launch smart contracts to launch coins, right? Like it was an art to be able to launch a coin with a little innovative, cool thing or a little tax mirror, or whatever it is. Now it's all automated, and it's there's no barrier to entry. That there's I think what's the number on Pump Fund? There's probably 10,000 coins launched per day. More? I don't know
I'm
what the number is.
I'm not sure at the moment,
Um,
but it's too
but we
high.
have we have hundreds of millions of coins that have been launched in the last 5 years. I bet hundreds of millions.
Yeah,
I'd be very surprised if I'm wrong.
many with
Um,
the same name, dude. Like,
Many with the same ticker, right? 10,000 times.
it's
Um,
stupid.
But that's what I mean by with attention being fleeting. Attention also only exists in a certain capacity.
Yes.
And when you take that attention and you spread it over 10,000, or maybe not 10,000, maybe only 1,000 different memes, most of them don't get seen by people, right? But
Mm,
still, over 5,000 or 2,000 or 1,000 instead of the old one or two or three, um, the amount of capital that gets thrown at them is also spread thin. And I
mm,
just don't think that people rally the same way that they used to. And it's just it's just different now. It's just I
mm,
don't think that those coins. I would be very stoked if any of those OG coins, Mog, those types of coins ever hit all time high again. Ever, I'd be very stoked. Um,
so would
but I
I.
just don't know if I see it.
I just don't see why.
Someone would have to go buy that chart and be willing to hold it. Like it just no when because it's just yeah. I just don't see it.
I don't even see any of the Mog bag workers on the timeline.
Because a lot of people get wrecked by bag holding, right? And that's the
Yeah.
issue is that the people that should be, profiting off of these coins, the bag workers are also the ones that are the most loyal oftentimes in terms of bag holding. And when they bag hold and the chart looks like that, their $1 million gain is turned into a round trip and a minus 200K. And that makes it a lot harder to now you're in the mentality of I need to make 200K back, not I'd like to hold another $1 million trade,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So now it's a whole different like approach to the trenches. Um, There used to be I was never a really good, like, one of those diamond handers that was, like, was but there were some people back in the day that were just able to hold coins from nothing to, like, 100 mil market cap and just have $1 million P&L, like, once a month. Like, it was crazy, and I'm like, "I sell way too fast,
Same.
way too fast." Maybe it's a curse, I don't know, but it was an art, right? I don't see that
Yeah.
shit anymore. Unless it's a bundled coin and it's the dev, like,
And
whatever,
they've
but,
got
like,
all the
I don't
stars aligned for them, eh?
yeah.
They can't lose almost. Like
But
it's
they
in their
can't lose, right? So like I don't see that anymore. I don't see like people buying 100K worth of a coin and be willing to hold it down into 95% drawdown, still be tweeting about it, waiting for better times for the coin to eventually go up 10x. We just don't see it.
100% agree. I mean, I remember watching Nifty WAP, and you'll probably
Yeah.
remember this.
Nifty,
Like,
he's one of the people that I'm thinking of right now.
I'm like,
Nifty.
how did he hold that? Like,
Bro, not just that, many times he did that. Nifty had multiple trades that I'm sure were minimum seven figures. Where it's just like it's almost nonchalant and you're just holding it. It's like, yep, it's that big, and I'm gonna keep tweeting about it. Don't really care. I know it'll go higher. And I'm like, how are you doing that? Like, I'd be dumping that shit right now.
yeah, dude. I mean, I think he put an ETH into Pepe sub 1 mil.
Yeah, and he
Um,
made a couple $1 million, I think.
yeah, I think multiple.
Yeah.
I think perhaps even tens, maybe. I don't know, man.
I can't remember now, but yeah, he made a boatload. Nifty is someone who made a boatload of money bag holding and
Yeah,
working, but holding the bags, not just selling on a 10x pump like I do. Like
yeah, and he
he
wasn't
he
really
was
scaling out either. He wasn't selling into pumps, I don't think either. He sort of just
nope.
held
He just
those
held it.
bigs.
Just fucking held it.
How? Hey, I'm like you. I'm like, man, if I put in 1,000 and my screen said there's 100 grand there, bye bye. Like I'm
Dumped it.
taking.
Dumped it.
But then he'd get to a figure of say where he saw seven figures on the screen, and he still said to himself, "I'm holding." I'm like, what?
Yeah, Nifty is absolutely one of those like 2022, 2023 meme coin guys that was just able to just hold bags and like real bags, like
Like a big,
millions of dollars. Yeah,
yeah,
and like me, I'm like, okay, de-risk, sell half, sell half. Nope,
yeah. To get
don't
initial
sell
out,
half.
get initial out. Like like all my trading philosophies would be going ding 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 ding. Get your initials. Like, and Bandit as well to a certain degree. She obviously was
100%.
clipping in with K Money. I think they were putting in 30 bands a pop on Mog at like 10 mil or 20 mil. And I'm like,
Yeah, they had huge mog bags. I don't know if they sold them for profits. I hope they did for their sake. But yeah,
I
they
think
like
they
that
did all
whole
right.
crew had so much mog, and like they were willing to just put in like you said, like 50K, 100K, and
Yeah.
leave it in mog. Like they believed in mog, and they just left it in the coin.
And that's what supported the chart for so long, wasn't it? So price could appreciate because you had these maniacs sitting on $1 million bags going, not yet. I'm not selling
Yeah,
yet. And it was,
yeah,
and then people like me looked at it and went, well, I need in on this, man. Like I
yeah.
need to get this coin. Like if you guys are going to have $1 million worth and have the balls to do it, well, who am I to? I might as well chuck a grand or two in. God, like I did a
I think
write
that's
on
part of the reason why things did well. You're right, is because people were looking at the big holders and saying, "Wow, they haven't sold a dime."
yeah, what do they know? Or they at least could hold a floor. They could hold a
Yeah,
floor on a coin where you
which
went,
we don't
okay,
have that anymore, right? We don't
no,
have
dude,
that anymore.
the floor's zero now.
We used to have wallet trackers and follow the same 20 whale wallets, and if they're
Yeah.
buying, they're gonna hold it. Like I don't have any of those tools anymore. I don't use those anymore. It just
Was that
it
like,
because those
was it
people don't exist.
DMT? DMT in the day? Was that who we were following?
I
Who,
don't remember the name DMT, but it's possible.
yeah, he put out that tweet, braiding it to billions.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know who it is. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, dimethyl,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Like
So
those
like,
sorts of wallets, when you saw them buy, you went, oh boy, like I
yeah,
need to, like I used to just trail them hard, bro. Like, and I wasn't a big copy trader. That was never my jam. But if I saw certain wallets, you were almost like, well, this is as safe as it gets,
yeah.
really.
Or like the which FNF is going to be buying it, and that they hold like. So it's just different now. We just don't have people willing to put. Don't get me wrong. I'm not willing to put anything close to that kind of money
Yeah.
into anything. Like I just don't see. I don't see the upside right now. And then of course we miss Ansem.
Yeah. Are you trading meme coins at the moment? Trading anything?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. This is probably the quietest I've ever been on chain in
Yeah.
terms
I
of,
hear
like, how
you.
little I'm doing. And,
Yeah.
I've been making tweets. I'm trying not to be, like, emo about it, but, like, I'm really bored right now. Like, I'm really, really bored. I need something to kick up and some meta, something to happen to be exciting because there's just nothing for me right now that has me waking up in the morning every day being like, "I can't wait to fucking grind this." I just don't
Yeah.
have that right now.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I actually, it's funny you say about the tweets and not being too emo. I put up I scheduled a tweet for last night to post when I was in bed for the US guys, and I got out of bed at like 11 p.m. because I was like, I lay in bed, I went, nah, that's too soppy. That post, I'm gonna go and unschedule that. I thought I was like, nah, that's too like not downbeat, but a bit too emo, and I was like,
I
nah,
know what
don't.
you mean. Emo, I like the word emo.
Yeah, like I was relaxed when I was typing it. I just had a smoke, and I was like, "No, I'm feeling this tweet." And then I went to bed about 2 hours later. I was like, "I'm not feeling this tweet anymore, bro. You got to unschedule this. You
But
sound
you
too
were in your
soft."
feels.
Yeah, I was feeling all deep at the time, and then I was like, "Oh no, this is too deep. Like this is giving too much of a window into my soul right now." Um, you weren't tempted to go into Kintaro, the game that kind of. No, I'm not in this guy, so I'm not pumping my bags here. I just James, he just spoke about things to click. Did you see this pop off? This game that people are playing now and earning gold and selling that, and it's got a meme coin attached to it and stuff like that. You,
I did. The last 3 or 4 games, like DeFi games that I tried to play that, I
yeah,
got burnt in every single one of them. Like,
yeah,
big the one that I got burnt in big was Crypto Valleys. I don't know if you remember that one, but that one cooked me really bad. But even since then, I've tried, like, smaller sizing games for fun, but I just get burnt every time. Every time I feel like it's gonna work and I do it, I'm like, "Oh, this is sick. I'm having fun." And then all of a sudden, I'm like, "Oh, I'm down 5K, down 10K. Why did I do that?"
yes, yeah, same.
I'd
I
rather
had
buy hype with it. I'd rather buy hype.
You're similar to me. I had that with On Chain Heroes with on Abstract for a while, and we were buying the NFTs to play the game for about Ethereum, 1 ETH. And now I look back and think, you idiot, bro. Like, why didn't you just keep the 1 ETH? Like, I probably would have had 5 ETH. I could have almost bought another ape, dude. Not quite, but like, not
Yeah,
so
I feel exactly like that, where it's just like,
a
if I
bird.
wanna play a game, there's a lot of fun games I can play in real life, like video
Yes,
games, where if I'm playing that Kintara game, it's for money. I want it to be fun too, but the number
same.
one reason that I'm playing it is financial gain, and
Agreed.
I've just been burnt every time, and it's not fun. That's not fun.
It sucks, bro. It does suck. No, I'm the same as you. I've been keeping way mostly from memes. Although I must admit, I've started to dip a little bit back when Ansem popped off. I started to look a bit more at them. It seemed that they're heating up now. The memes are definitely heating up, but it's don't get me wrong. I say heating up very like it's heating up for what this time in the market is. It's not like it was certainly, and I wouldn't say to you, James, necessarily you've got to run back either.
Yeah.
But they are warming up. There's signs, but at the same time, myself, I'm just cautious because it's the Ansem meme that's kind of propping a lot of things up. Um, and I'm also wary. I think the Pump Fund team has an unlock coming up as well. So I think they're incentivized to be hyping the trenches at the moment. So I'm just aware that we're in this little pocket of time whereby Pump Fund's pretty what's the word I can use? Incentivized to see the trenches really light up again. Um,
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I don't follow the unlocks for fun, to be honest, but that's a good point to look at.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's anything what I just said. It's just it makes you think why this sort of marketing push has come out of seemingly nowhere. Um, so maybe it's organic, maybe it's not. But no, certainly the Ansem coin has kind of taken over all the attention right now. I'm not in it. I'm gutted. I'm not in it. But GG to everyone who made money. And probably the thing I liked about that coin is there was normal people I know out there that actually made money on it.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
best that's the best sign for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like there were randoms I know from the timeline that were like, I made some money, I made some money. It wasn't the same because it almost feels in the bear market, it's only a certain percentage of people making money in memes, and then everyone else is just getting slaughtered. Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
100% agree.
and it's like, are these guys larping their P&Ls or are they actually just either extremely skillful, extremely
Or
lucky,
are they deving the
or
coins?
they deving the coin is my last one. Because if you're deving the coin, it's probably the safest. I don't want to say you can't lose, but yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah,
At least,
whatever it costs to deploy a coin on Pump Fum, I don't know. Is it like a couple Solana? Like that's what you can lose, right?
yeah, not much, bro. Not much. Not much. I mean, back in the day, you were speaking just really quickly before we call it a day because you're giving me an hour of your time. I appreciate it. I mean, you were speaking about how devs used to launch meme coins back in the day, and you'd actually call them a dev. They actually had to spin up a smart contract, which was chaos because sometimes they'd go wrong. I remember guys launching coins and there was tax. Do you remember the day of launching ETH coins with taxes up front for the
Oh,
first?
absolutely, bro. Yeah, with like diminishing taxes, like
Yeah,
99% first minute. Like, yeah. And like you'd have to go read the smart contract, and all of a sudden it would be like, oh, the contract was launched and it's stuck on 99% tax forever. Like, oh
yeah.
shit. Like,
It's a
like
full honey
it's
pot.
immutable. It's immutable, right?
And
You
it's
can't
just the
change it. It's a
charts
smart
just going.
contract. That was the ETH meme coin days.
That
That
was
was a
it.
little bit like looking back. I understand why people like to do coins on Solana because the the smart capabilities of Ethereum, as much as I love them, don't make sense for people that are launching meme coins. Like you don't
Yes,
want these intricate features that are immutable. You want to just be able to fucking send it, low
yes.
fees and send it. I don't want to pay $200 to buy or sell my fucking meme coin.
And I was going to say, I remember back then, we're talking 22, 23, when devs were devs, right? They could do shit. And they were you normally get this quite like socially awkward dev who couldn't really speak in a group chat. And then he'd get his promo guys to reach out and go, hey, or the dev would, I remember the days the dev would get hold of me and be like, hey, Craig, I want to spin up a token. I need about $2,000. It was about one ETH or two ETH for the liquidity
Yeah,
pool.
it costed money. Yeah, it costed decent money to used
So
to
it
do that
cost
shit.
about 2 to 4 grand to launch a coin. So first of all, the dev had to put a bit of money, a bit of skin in the game here to put in. So that way you're like, okay, the dev's putting in 4K, he's going to want to get a return, right? So you're like, okay, I can back this coin. And they'd reach out. I remember devs reaching out, being like, "Oh, hey, brother, I want to launch this coin. I need two ETH for the liquidity pool. Do you want to chip in?" And most of the time, I'd be like, "No, bro. Like, I don't. First of all, I hardly know who you are."
Yeah,
And things like, and you're like these devs with like Milady PFPs, like you're like, no way, bro.
I've
Like,
done it before. They half the time they take the money and run.
yeah, that's right. I don't want anyone to be hearing this and be like, "Oh, Craig, you insider, you had it good." No, man. Like 99% of these messages are you getting effed and they're stealing from you. So don't confuse
Don't
us
do
with
it. Don't do
no.
it.
And that's why I never did it because it's like it's usually not a friend. They're not docs. They've got a Milady PFP and no one knows who the hell they are. So bad investment. But those were the days where dev kind of needed to know what he was doing, and there was kind of a cluster of devs that were kind of known, so that you'd be like, okay, what's this dev spun up before? And it'd be like, oh, he's done, oh, Joe, for instance, or
Yeah, like
Wojak.
they would have the same deployer contract. You could like
Yeah.
trace back what they've deployed. Yeah, yeah.
So you could be like, okay, he launched Joe, or he did this, or he did that. Okay, well, he's probably not going to want to tarnish his dev name, bro. That's out the window now. Completely.
Yeah,
Like that
it's
doesn't.
totally
I don't
different.
have conversations like this ever now. Ever. They just don't exist because, like you said, people just one click launch. They don't need me anymore. Like so,
No,
I've kind of been cut out of the information pool in a
like the
way.
loop. Yeah, that
The
loop
loop.
doesn't exist. Yeah,
No, because now devs can just launch and they may get traders like you and me on side to try and help push a coin. That stuff probably still happens. It's a lot less now. That's for sure. I haven't had a message like that in about a year, bro, to be honest, like so long. But that's just not happening now. So even I feel as traders, there's not much edge now because I feel the only edge, a lot of the edge now is just in the devs' hands.
100%.
And I don't
And that
like
devs and insiders. Yeah,
I don't like that because no one even knows who they are. Where I have a face, right? This is me. I'm doxed. So if a dev comes to me and says, "Hey, I want you to help me push a coin," if that coin turns to caca, that dev just leaves scot free, changes his username. He's fine. I'm Craig's Coinpurse, like who lives on the Gold Coast. Everyone knows who I am. Not
yeah.
everyone knows who I am, but like,
No, but you have something to lose.
yeah, I've got a face to
Reputation.
lose, I guess.
Well, I don't know, reputation though. Reputation, right?
Yeah, that's right. So like I'm a bit more gun shy with stuff like that than I was. So anyway, that's sort of, I mean, yeah, I guess what's the topic to end on? Do you see Solana? I mean, where do you see the market? Actually, here's a question: where do you see the market over the next 6 to 12 months while we close out?
Okay, I knew you were going to ask something like this, and I'm going to give you two answers because you're not going to like my first answer. For the first time in a very, very long time, I'm not sure. And what I mean by that is I don't really fully understand, and I know people can try and explain it. And yes, I know some of the underlying factors, but I don't really understand why we are where we are in terms of prices in crypto versus the extreme melt up that we've had in stocks. Yes, MicroStrategy, yes, this, yes, that. Okay, but really, truly, what happened? And I don't understand what happened for this extreme dissonance between
Yeah,
correlation of these risky assets has happened. I don't understand it. And since I don't understand it, I don't know what it's going to take to fix it. And
agree.
yes, I think 1010 played a factor. And yes, I think that MicroStrategy overhang is a thing. And yes, but we have these kind of systemic or market risks in the greater market as well. Like these MicroStrategy is a risk to the stock market too. You know, it's in indices. It's like so. It's not like this is absolutely super unique to Bitcoin and
No,
crypto. So
even the quantum risk is
well,
not unique to crypto, and that's
right?
why I try to explain
Like
to people.
people are like, well, your blockchain wallets, your Bitcoin wallets. I'm like, brother, your bank account. What do you mean, bro? Like, so like a lot of these things I don't see as like super secular, just like
I agree.
they're very unique to crypto, which is why I don't understand why we've had such shitty price action and such shitty 12 months now, it feels like, and
Amen.
stocks just continue to melt up, right? And we have Kevin Warsh coming in saying, I'm not going to jump the gun and just start dropping rates. I think it's a good thing. It sounds like he has a plan and he's not just going to follow Trump's orders, and he really wants to do what the Fed should do. So sure, maybe we're not going to get a huge relief in terms of rates and all that kind of stuff, but like what's 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 driving this and what's still driving this? I don't understand. And for me to say what I believe will happen in the next 6 to 12 months would mean that I had some sort of fundamental understanding or belief in what's happening right now to cause this. And and the
Very well.
gap, if you look at the parity between risk assets like traditional risk assets,
Mhm,
and Bitcoin specifically, the gap keeps widening. We
mhm.
are now almost at the largest gap in the last 12 months in terms of the price of the Nasdaq, the S&P, and Bitcoin prices.
Yeah,
Why does it keep happening? 1010 was
yeah,
a while ago. I know people got liquid, but like so that's where I
yeah,
just the correlation that we've seen historically between Bitcoin and risk assets, and we've always asked for, we prayed for Bitcoin decoupling from the market. We've always said that, right? But
yes,
we have it now in the total inverse of what we expected. And
yeah,
I really truly don't know where the next 6 or 12 months are. I can tell you where I think the next 5 years are. I think prices are up, but I don't
yes,
know if prices are up in the next 6 or 12 months. I truly don't know because
yeah,
if stocks, if because everything is going to rely on stocks, and what I mean by that is if stocks keep going up, doesn't matter for Bitcoin. But if stocks flop, Bitcoin's going to eat shit too, and that's the
that's
scary thing.
yeah,
We're
you're
not
right.
sharing in the upside. We're not sharing in the upside, right? But
Yeah,
I guarantee you, if we have a 20% pullback on the S&P, Bitcoin's going to 40K.
yeah, bro.
There's no world that I see
Yeah,
that Bitcoin holds the price that it's at right now. Maybe not 40K, maybe 50K, maybe whatever the number. It's going
yeah,
to eat shit.
lower.
And we are going to share in the downside. But in the upside, we're not even having an inch of upside. Like,
Yeah,
so it's really, I don't want to say troubling
you're
because I
not.
just don't understand it. I don't understand. For the first time, I don't understand the inverse correlation and what's driving it or who's driving it and why. And yes, there's all these theories, Jane Street and 1010 and this, that, and the other. And sure, I think they're all like benefactors. They're all like cofactors to what's happening. But I've not read an explanation ever from anyone that truly makes me go, yeah, I agree,
Same
right?
here.
It doesn't
No,
exist. So
you
what the fuck is
absolutely
it?
nailed it. No, absolutely nailed it. And that's something that yeah, you actually said that really well. I hope everyone appreciates the way you've kind of formulated that. That's brilliant. And I feel the exact same. In the thing that confused me, how did we not share in the upside? like even just a tiny bit.
Yeah,
Um,
even a 20%
yeah,
peel of the S&P melting up 100% in 3 years. Like, why can't we do that?
yeah, like
We get
just get a
all-time highs every week.
it really confused me, and I'm the same as you. I've heard a lot of people's different theories and things like that, but there's been nothing that I've heard said where I've gone, yeah, that's it. Like
Bingo,
that,
bingo. Yeah, yeah.
and that's why I'm like I'm similar to you. I'm like it's hard. You've actually just basically just spoken straight out of my brain. The next 6 to 12 months for me as well. I find it quite when I try and vision what it looks like. It is a little bit blurry because you just said it, when the stock market pulls back and eats shit, which I think it's going to have a pullback at some point. You can't just have it melt up this long. It's got to have a bear market, right? So it's
Yeah,
cyclic.
at one point we will. I don't know when, but we will.
That's
And
right.
crypto's gonna feel it.
And I can't, and the same as you, I can't imagine we live in a world where equities pull back into a bear market and everyone goes, right, that's us. We're rotating to crypto. Like that just hasn't happened. People haven't rotated into crypto for the last year. So
Well, they
it's
had upside and like usually that's that cyclicality where like, risk assets move. Now we're up 100% here, so where
yeah,
can we rotate for better R&R? Like it's that's but if they're not doing that while the stocks melt up, they're sure as fuck not going to do that when
I don't
stocks
think
go
so.
down,
I think they'll
right?
go heavy into cash, um,
100%.
which
So that's
I
where
would too.
the one thing that I forgot to say that adds on to that entire kind of
Yeah,
segment is that crypto has never been more broadly accepted or institutionally accepted,
amen.
right? So if the decoupling and the dissonance that we have between prices and the disparity between prices, sure, when crypto was like edgy and it was
Yeah,
like crypto funks, like, okay, fine, I get it because it's not the mainstream tradition. If you look at the AUM and some of these Bitcoin ETFs now, like the people buying these are the people that have exposure to the market. This is not just fringe people anymore.
yes,
So the more broadly adopted that Bitcoin becomes, which is a good thing, I love that. The more I would believe that it would correlate to risk assets and the equity market, right?
me
And
too,
that's
me
why
too.
it's so fucking confusing to me. And that's
Yeah,
where I'm happy to be wrong because not wrong, but I'm happy to say I don't have an answer because I don't know. And not
mm,
knowing, I think, is a very important thing
it's
to
so.
recognize
Mm,
because I think egotistically people try and come up with, formulate their ideas or their thesis to make their trades. And I think right now I'm looking at everything like I don't want to say day by day, but day by day. Like in
yeah,
6 or 12 months, I think we'll have a better idea on what's going on.
me too.
We have a new Fed chair. I think the Iran conflict is going to be over. But again, I look at the Iran conflict and I look at people say, Bitcoin is because of Iran. I go, what the fuck about equities? Did you not see that V-shaped recovery? That was one of
Yeah,
the fastest 15% recoveries we've ever had since 1970 something. Like,
yeah, just
like
shrugged it off. Bye bye.
just
Like didn't.
shrugged it off and then melted up even more. So why? That's my question, and that's been my question for like months now, which I'm trying to just decipher, and I can't figure it out.
I agree. And I agree with you. I think the next 6 to 12 months, that sort of fog will clear, and I think we'll get a better understanding of how Bitcoin's going to react to potentially a pullback in equities, which we haven't really. If we go into a fairly sized bear market for equities or a bear market itself, I'm really interested to see how Bitcoin responds because so far equities have gone up and Bitcoin's gone down. So it's like I don't. Oh, I would.
I yeah,
I'd assume
I don't
lower
know.
too. I'd assume
I,
lower.
yeah, and that's where I've heard the argument of okay, 4-year cycle if that happens in the bullish cycle of Bitcoin, but I think that would just negate everything. I think that would
Me
just
too.
totally suppress the excitement of the cycle, and
I'm
that's
sort of.
where I just yeah
Mhm.
I just don't get it.
I'm sort of wondering. Maybe you're the same. I'm perhaps wondering whether the next bull run for Bitcoin could be a little bit lackluster.
I mean, maybe we already had it. That
Yeah.
like were we in a bull run when we hit 125K? I think we were.
Yeah. Me too. No, definitely.
Okay, so you're saying
Um,
the next one that we have, yeah, I mean, like we might not get a new all-time high. We might
yeah.
get a
I wonder.
100K. Like I'm not going to put price targets. I don't know, but we might have a bull run where we see higher numbers. But it just depends on when it happens because if that happens before we have a big pullback in the broader market,
Mm.
I really do believe that we share the downside with equities, but for some reason we can't capture the excitement and the inflows on the upside. I don't know why.
Yeah. Anyway, James, I just want to say, look, great chat, dude. That was an absolute banger. Thanks for pulling up to give us your thoughts there. I'm sure everyone found that super valuable. I know I would have. I remember when I came to the, first came to the market, it was hard to find people that would explain and talk through their processes and things like that. So hopefully, people, if this is their first bear market, it's a tough time. And I think it's great to get traders like you. People have been around a long time. Sometimes it's nice just to hear someone else also just going through it, I think, and to know you're not alone and your feelings like you're the same as everybody else. And I think that's important.
I so agree, and that's where I think it's important to acknowledge that even if you've been through many bear cycles, and this is what I'm saying, it hurts, man. It fucking sucks. It
Yeah.
does
I'm
suck
not having
for
fun, bro.
everybody.
Like,
Yeah, I'm
not
not
really.
having fun. I'm not having
Like,
fun.
I'm glad I get to connect with people like you. I'm glad during a bear market it does go a bit quiet and you get to sort of build what you want to build. But it's it's mentally challenging, man. And if you're feeling drained out there, you're not alone, man. I need a holiday. That's for sure, bro. I need another holiday, and there's hopefully a bull market coming. So I'm like, I gotta have a holiday before this next bull market comes. So I'm like
Ready
dialed
to
in,
lock the fuck in.
fresh, and haven't got this like bear market like
PTSD.
yeah, which I still kind of feel. But anyway, I won't talk your ear off. Jamesy, thanks for pulling up, brother. You're a legend. Chat, big thanks for you guys for putting all your comments in there and saying good day to us. Johnny, friend from my high school. Any Hawk Tour coins left? No, bro, I don't have any of those dirty dog coins. But Jamesy, thanks for pulling up. Chat, thanks for pulling up. We'll be back Sunday. I believe Greeny might be joining us, but I'll double check that one. Otherwise, I'll be doing a solo session. Guys, have a great weekend.